Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Lakeburg Legacies. When we left off in the previous episode, one of our oldest couples decided to love and to leave, ending their very loveless marriage of many, many years to spend time as, a single. In Colette's case, Colette Korb, she has a house, right? And she kind of has comfort in the sense that she has raised her son Valerius. Valerius is very nicely married to... where is she? To Anne Frost. So things for him are going pretty good. She has essentially lived a successful life if you think about it, and no longer wishes to be with Loop. It's not so great for Loop because at 56 years old he is now homeless for the second time in his life. And there is no woman for him to, tack himself onto at this point. And then Chris, one of our very young Masons, he tried his luck with Colette, asking her out on a date, but it became very, very apparent to the both of them that he was being a little bit too desperate and it was a little bit too embarrassing. And Colette, to be honest, wasn't in a rush to end up with someone else after her divorce from Loop. So, yeah. All of those things we got to take a bit of a closer look at. Okay, so we have some bartering to do right now. I think Christoph is unemployed. Were we saving up resources? I think we might have been saving up resources to give him a role somewhere. Quite possibly. Okay, let's do some bartering and get this episode going. So we're going to give some stone for gold. Yes, I know we're saving up on stone as well, but the gold is precious. Okay, well, Christoph, man of the evening, or lumberjack, which, we can't do either of them. So actually, he might be unemployed for a little bit. And then these guys, they're just single and homeless, then Colette is single. Okay, no rush for them for now. We might just focus on gathering our resources. So let's get time going and see what ends up happening in town. Okay, hold on a second. So we have some loveless marriages with the Ashdown family and the Fitzroy family. So the Ashdowns, where are the Ashdowns? Okay, they are Theodora, our mason, and Douglas, our blacksmith. So the parents of Lucius. To be honest, I could kind of see how maybe Theodora and Douglas, they don't get to spend too much time together because the forge and the mason's workshop are like completely on different ends of Lakeburg. So I could kind of see that. Meanwhile, the baker, Emmerich, and his wife, Emelina, who had a bit of a tryst with Valerius from the prank shop, which is now ended. But I can see how they would be having a loveless marriage. It seems as though they don't get much time to spend with each other, and Emelina, she's got wandering eyes. She might be a little bit frisky from time to time, outside of her job. And that maybe doesn't give her a lot of motivation to invest emotions into Emmerich. And Emmerich, he's kind of busy working at the bakery and probably can't make the effort to go all the way to visit Emelina and stuff at the pleasure house. And who knows, he might be too tired after his day of work to, even though he's energetic, to keep up with her when they're at home together. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, and then it seems as though we have something popped up and I just missed it, I feel, between Eloise and Randall. Hold on a second. Randall's one of the new babies born. I think Randall was born in the last episode. That's right. The Kipling family, they had a baby boy named Randall Kipling. And Randall is already not getting along well with Eloise. You know what? I'm starting to think that Eloise is the problem because she, at this point, has a bad impression of two babies in town. Like Effie and now Randall? She has an average relationship with Effie. It's at 41, but I don't think she likes Effie very much. Thank goodness she gets along very well with both her parents. She's a perfect match with them. So this is a absolutely harmonious family, despite the turbulent beginning that Brynja had with, I think it was Slavomir. Thankfully, though, as time has gone on, that has ended. Like the whatever affair he had with Slavomir, that's kind of faded away. Anyways, that aside, Eloise now has a bad relationship with Randall. So I don't know what it is with her. I don't know what it is. She just doesn't like babies. And she's like romantic and social apparently. She has all the good traits. She doesn't have any bad traits. So where is this coming from? Actually, are the babies a problem or is she a problem? I'm sorry, where'd you go, Eloise? I need to take a look at these babies. I mean, Effie's humble. Effie's humble, so there's nothing bad. She's weak, but she doesn't have a bad trait. And then Randall is brave. See, look, he has a good trait. So all of these kids don't have anything wrong with their personalities, and that tells me it's Eloise thing, because they're babies. They can't control, the impression they make. Maybe Eloise, guys, just doesn't like kids. Maybe that's it. Maybe she doesn't like kids. Kids irritate her for whatever reason. Okay, well, good to know, good to know. Let's keep getting our resources. Okay, a lot of things over here. Arik, Ramonda, the Keller family, their relationship is going up and down as well. And then Randall has met Eustace. Well, that's your father, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is your father. So they're having some father-son bonding time. Oh, that's cute. So Randall's amused by his dad. And Eustace is very taken up by his son, which is nice. That is nice to see. Because that's a very different relationship to what Bruce and Rowan have. Like, I'm pretty sure Rowan, he is not close. Like, he's strangers with his son Bruce. They don't get along well, which is not nice. And then, let's see. The Winterbourne family are in love. So things with our lumberjack and an unemployed husband are going great. And then Eustace and Randall. Yes, that's like... Wait, no. Hold on. Yes, that's father-son. They're loved ones. Oh, that's sweet. They're loved ones. They have like a really good relationship. Like 77% affinity. That's nice. That's nice. That makes me happy. That makes me very happy. And oh my goodness, we can build. We can build once more. Oh, okay, we can't build the building site, but guys, we can build the castle. Okay, we can build a castle. We can build the castle. That was actually very quick. I thought it would take us a lot longer to save up these resources. We can build a castle. That means we can start looking to have a royal family, guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna build a castle. Okay, and this gives us like so many new careers because along with getting a monarch, we like a king or a queen and their consort and the heir. I'm pretty sure that the royal family, they actually have like for their home, their house slots, all 5 of them are usually open. Because normally, you know how we have, is it 5 or 4? I think within a normal house we have, 5, but you have I think 1 from the beginning, but you have to unlock the other 4 with resources. Well, we don't have to do that with the royal family. They come with all of their slots already unlocked because it kind of makes sense. See, look at this. It makes sense because they have to have as many children as possible so we can have as many heirs as possible. And I'm actually really, really excited for us to eventually have our king or queen and their consort because we need them obviously to have a daughter. Because within the way that we play Lakeburg, only a girl can become the next monarch. So actually, sorry, I'm saying king or queen, but realistically it's a queen. Because only a queen can, like Lakeburg, only the women are heads of household, so we can only have a queen, her consort, and then we need a princess to kind of take the throne. So it cannot be a prince. Right. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. Basically, we need someone with potential to be a queen is the way that I think I'm gonna do it. Yes, we could pull out right now, like whoever's the most suited out of potential from everyone in the kingdom, but I don't think I want to do that because everyone has their respective jobs and usually I keep them in their respective jobs throughout their life. What I want is to keep an eye for a potential queen. So along with that, we also have the new careers of the chancellor who can work at the chancellery, which is going to be great. We have like 2 slots already for this, and then we can have 2 treasurers, which is going to be amazing. So more jobs in the kingdom. I love it. I flippin' love it. So let's have a look if any. Okay, wait, Effie has grown up. She's 6 years old. She needs a mentor. So little Effie, let's take a look. You want to be a baker? Okay, we can definitely make you an apprentice baker. We did just get a new baker in town with Emmerich. So what's going on here? Oh wait, Marie doesn't have a... Did her daughter age up? Hold on a second. Did her... wait, no, she has her daughter. She's training her daughter. Well, I mean, you know what? Even in some circumstances where I personally kind of feel like it's the luck of the draw what mentor you get in a lot of ways. Even if the mentor has taught you like all the skills you can get and there's nothing more for you to learn, unfortunately you're stuck with the level your mentor was educated at, and that's like the education you're gonna get. So like in this context, Marie had a really good relationship with her daughter Eloise, but she only has 4 stars, so she's kind of trained Eloise up to 4 stars as well. Whereas Raimonda had a very bad relationship with her apprentice Nathan, but Raimonda has 4.5 stars, so she's actually the better baker. And Nathan is now gonna hopefully be able to take advantage of that and learn a lot more skills. But that's okay because, sorry. Where is, oh, there we go, Emmerich. Effie is going to be trained by Emmerich. So there we go. Very nice. Effie, your dreams of being an apprentice baker are going to come true, my lovely. So we've got that. And then let's take a look. Who else do we have? Olive is now 12 years old. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at Olive. Look at Olive. She's very furious right now and offended. Okay. Just boring and humble. But Olive, your parents are Drusilla and Everard. Look at her. She looks very interesting. I feel like she's a good blend of her parents, to be honest. She's a good blend of her parents, I think. Yeah. Her face and eyes look very much like her mother. I mean, her parents have practically the same, I think, skin tone. And I think the hair color and the hairstyle makes her look a bit more like her dad as well. So, very nice, very nice. Okay, so continuing from this, I think we've taken a look at Nathan. I think we have. The son of Elfrida and Hubert. He's 13 years old right now. Lucius, he's our apprentice hunter. Sapphire, she still has not found anywhere to apprentice. Yeah, she's got lofty dreams, we can't fulfill those. Let's see, anyone else? No, not really. Okay, Christoph, yeah, we still don't have anything you can work at, because it's, definitely none of the jobs we have at the castle either. So we actually have a lot of vacancies right now, because we've got, look, the treasury, the chancellery, obviously our future queen, and then we have the carpenter's workshop, the fisherman's hut, the rodent nest. So at this point, I think we're trying to most probably save up for that building site, but we need tools for the building site. We need tools. And we have 9 tools, but we don't have enough tools to build that. But that might be the next thing we get, which would be useful because that's going to help us with, building tickets, using less materials for the more expensive things. So that'll be great. Oh, look at that. Eustace has a really good bond with his son. I feel like he spends a lot of time with his son, which is very nice to see. Very, very nice to see. Okay, well, let's keep going. See what else they get up to. Oh no. So also, I'm noticing apparently since we have a castle, if we don't have a sovereign, apparently we lose prestige. We keep losing prestige? That's not good. Which makes sense though, because the castle's empty. We have this castle but no leader. We need to keep an eye out for a future queen, guys. Either from the youngsters that grow up, like we need a future queen. The husband doesn't matter, but we need a monarch from someone one of the little girls who grows up, or someone who gets recruited or comes into town. Like, we need a monarch. So we have to keep an eye on for someone with queen potential. Because someone who is on the throne has to be a person that wants to be on the throne. But okay, Douglas, our blacksmith, has died of hunger. This sounds really cruel, but I'm low-key glad he died after we built the castle. Because I think we needed weapons to build the castle. And he was the one making our weapons. Okay, in these times of dire famine, Douglas Orbereve couldn't find enough food to survive. Deficiencies, weight loss, and a general weakness finally got the better of this unfortunate villager who couldn't receive adequate help in time. Oh, Douglas. Oh, Douglas. So he wasn't even homeless. This guy died out of hunger at 37 years old, our blacksmith. May he rest in peace. Okay, what's been happening in town as well? And we have, like, no other blacksmith at the forge. Okay, yeah, we lost some prestige because we don't have a sovereign. And then Douglas died. So now, hold on a second. Now his wife is single. He was married to Theodora. And now Theodora is a single mother with Lucius. And oh my goodness, this building has no workers. Kristoff, you still don't want to have a career change? Still don't? Okay. Right, well, it is time for us to, I suppose, make another match, because I think that, hold on a second, I think that Theodora would maybe be looking for, what kind of relationship does she have with her son, actually? She has a good relationship with her son, which is nice. 63%. They've got good affinity. And this is funny, but she doesn't like Chris. They work together. She doesn't like Chris. So that would be like an awkward date, wouldn't it? That'd be a very awkward date. But yeah, I think maybe she would want potentially some company, a stepfather to help her out at home with her son. So she is actually going to ask Loop out on a date first. The 58-year-old hunter. So he's a bit older than her. But she's gonna go for Loop real quick, and we're gonna see how that works out. So it seems, it's awful affinity for now because she's just recently been widowed, and is heartbroken. So there is that. But they do have a match in terms of the dislikes with silver and gold. But okay, let's go ahead and see how this goes. Okay, they're on a date. They're going to start off with a boat ride at the lake. We could share a recipe for nougat with dried fruits, or we could seek a dancing partner for Lakeburg's next ball. We're going to seek a dancing partner. Really, Loop and his two left feet blatantly prefers avoiding this invitation. And then we're going to go to the hill by moonlight. Minstrels disturb the peace and tranquility of the neighborhood, or say, what if we abolish the death penalty? We're going to abolish the death penalty. Public executions are a barbaric and gore event. Loop agrees with Theodora wholeheartedly. And then, they are discussing marriage almost immediately. So Theodora, Loop, this is his third marriage. And I feel like Loop, I don't know what it is. He has some sort of luck. I feel like he is blessed in some way, because almost every single time he ends up on the streets, it's really not for that long before he finds like another woman to marry and, another house to be in. So look at him. Even at his old age, he has managed to get Theodora. Now, I don't know how they're going to make this work. I'm sure they will. Loop, he did divorce in his previous marriage, but, it was many, many years later. And Theodora, I don't know if her relationship with her husband was that great. I don't think it was, but at the end of the day, they kind of had kept it together. So these two are in a loveless marriage now. But hey, at least Lucius has a stepfather in Loop, and Theodora now has some company in Loop the Hunter as well. So there is that. We don't need Colette and Chris to have another go. We've already established that was very, very awkward for the both of them. Okay, let's try and continue saving up some of our resources. Oh, and we have an event. Okay, what's happening? Backbiting with Elfrida, a 39-year-old farmer. Eloise, our 18-year-old, who, oh, she just became an 18-year-old. And we have Carla, our 26-year-old seamstress. So the farmer, Eloise, and the seamstress. Okay, what's going on? Elfrida, the farmer, claims that Eloise and Carla are having a secret love affair. But it's merely one of the many rumors they constantly spread around town each day. Lakeburg is no stranger to gossip, yet Elfrida may be taking it too far. What do Eloise and Carla think about the situation? Okay, so are you serious? Our farmer is spreading rumors about Eloise and Carla? Elfrida! Let's see, they can say, hey, why not? Oh my goodness. Like, make the rumor come true, and then Carla and Rowan would break up. But then Eloise and Carla would get married, and let's see, Elfrida would be pleasantly surprised and confident because the rumor she made out, like the rumor she started, ended up being true. All lies, all lies. Elfrida and Eloise, so Elfrida basically becomes rivals with Eloise and Carla for, you know, spreading trash about them, and then she gets scared and shy, and then Eloise and Carla get offended. Okay, typically I do go with the option that gives the most benefits, but in this case, because a marriage is at stake, I'm going to go for lies or lies. They are going to deny this rumor. Carla's going to protect her marriage, and that is going to make Elfrida now like enemies with, you know, rivals with Eloise and Carla. Yeah, I mean, Elfrida, Eloise just became a young adult. Like, you can't spread rumors like this. You can't trash talk her like this. She's got a reputation, honey. Okay, this had to stop. Eloise and Carla, along with a few angry neighbors armed with pitchforks and ropes, decided to visit Elfrida and set the record straight. The rumors soon stopped, as if by magic, and Elfrida became more reclusive as a result. Serves her right. Okay, my goodness. Hold on a second. So, yeah, Eloise and Marie. Aww, so Eloise is like, hold on a second, that's not what I was looking at. Where's Eloise and Marie? Eloise and Marie basically are really close to each other, so this is like mother and daughter, which is nice because now Eloise is a young adult, so that makes me really happy for her. And then, yes, Elfrida, the farmer, became rivals with Eloise and Carla. And then Brynja and Chris have become friends. Hold on a second. Chris, I think Brynja was Chris's mentor, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was his mentor. Who, when he was very young, like before he started being an apprentice, was having a brief affair with his father. But yeah, that's his mentor, who he is like really good friends with now. So they're like close friends, which is very sweet. So even though Chris doesn't get along well with his other colleague Theodora at the Mason's workshop, at least the two guys get along with each other, you know? At least that. And we can recruit. So we actually have a few things we'll be able to do when we come back, I think. We can finally figure out where Eloise is going to be placed in terms of her job and role. We have some recruitment we can do. And then, you know, we have a lot more roles to fulfill. We need to be keeping an eye out for a future queen so we can start like our royal family and royal bloodline. I'm heckin' excited, guys. I am really excited. But okay, with that said and done, I am going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.